really seemed to keep things afloat, keep the offense going in that first half when it just seemed like everything that they chucked up was going in from behind the arc. What's your mindset in that stage as you're, keeping things moving forward and, just trying to advance the game?
It's just how basketball is sometimes. I thought our energy defensively sucked. Basically the whole game. We clamped down on it in the fourth quarter. So that was good, but just steps slow to everything today. But yeah, we got it back on track. Ended on a good note. So, but yeah, it's just one of those things when you let a team get comfortable, they kind of hang around, and it's a talented squad regardless of their record, and they have guys that can get it going. So, some of that's game plan too. Like they're NBA players, and some of them you want them shooting certain shots, and they may knock them down. So, it's one of those things you prepare for, and you kind of try and do other things that you're in control of.
I know you hosted some families tonight at the game. Chet, Isaiah had their events. You guys had a team event. Then the crowd gives J. Will just a massive ovation. Just wonder if you could reflect on, particularly this time of year, having that type of connection with the fans.
Yeah, our fans are great. Ups and downs, they've been great since I've been here. Obviously, historically, they've been great too. So any chance we all get to interact with them is always special, especially now. Holidays is something you don't want to take for granted. And just in general, you never know what people are going through. So anytime you can kind of put a smile on somebody's face or just, give somebody 30 seconds of your time and stuff like that is always a blessing, something all of us on the team like doing. And I think when the fans are just as receptive as we are with them, it's just kind of like a special bond, and I think that's why everybody enjoys playing here.
Kind of a follow-up to Nick's first question. 66 points in the paint season high for you guys tonight. You look like you were making it a point to really get downhill. Was that your mindset coming in, or was it intent? Was that the intent? Sorry, coming into the game.
Just in general, I'm trying to make more of a point about going. I think I hit my foul limit in the first half. So, but it's just one of those things you got to keep trying to do. And yeah, I wouldn't say this game in particular was go to the rim, but just something I'm working on. Obviously, the pick and roll and stuff with Zay, trying to get that down. And we connected. I think we had 3 lobs today or something. So just trying to figure that out and read each other. So some growing pains there, but yeah, just trying to go to the rim more and more, and make the refs kind of put them in a position to call it. And Mark is always kind of on me about just continuing to be a 3-level scorer, and that's definitely one of those levels.
What clicked the fourth quarter? You guys came out in that fourth, and everything that you just worked, got steals, bucket spill, what happened?
Game plan kicked in a little bit, a little more effort. We're a really good defensive team, so we kind of understand what it takes to win games defensively, and that's kind of our bread and butter. But yeah, just locking in more on the scout and who we want shooting the ball and what we kind of want them to do, and we were kind of able to do that in the fourth quarter.
Mark was just in here talking about how he shuffled Shai's rotation a bit because you had it going. Does that give you any sort of confidence to see that you have a coach and a teammate willing to do that?
Yeah. It just allows me to play more and more free. It's kind of vice versa with Shai. Yeah, it just gives me confidence to kind of go out there and play. I also try not to worry about too much what's going on in the game, and I have a lot of confidence in Mark to kind of just let him coach too. So whatever he sees, I kind of just rock with, and I'm always ready to play.
Mark was in here not in here just recently, but he talked about how the most efficient shots are layups, threes, and free throws. You just mentioned how you wanted to get to the basket more. With you being so good in that mid-range area, is there an internal battle of trying to get to those spots more between getting to the free throw line, or getting to the rim to try to get to the free throw line?
Yeah. And I brought this up kind of I've touched on a little bit. Going to the rim, knowing that I can do that on a consistent basis, I think I was shying away from it a little bit because I wasn't going to the free throw line. And then, like you said, I'm so comfortable in the mid-range that it was almost to a point where I was settling a little. So I'm trying to get back to just going to the rim regardless of what's going on. But I mean, that's one of those internal things where it's hard to constantly want to go in there and get hit and knocked out the air and bumped. And all that stuff, and then not kind of be rewarded in a way. But that's what I'm working on, is just trying to go in there regardless and finish. But yeah, it definitely is a internal battle because I like shooting the ball. It looks better on your highlights.
Doug, I saw where you donated a pair of size 14s, I think, to Goodwill.
Mm-hmm. A lot of them, like 75 pairs or something like that.
I got you. What kind of shoe was it, and then how often do you donate shoes or clothes?
Clothes are a little different. Those are a little more expensive. But shoes, I mean, there were some Harden 7s in there, Harden 8s, Sambas, shell toes. Just a bunch of Adidas stuff that I may have worn once or never got the chance to wear, or you know what I mean? Just stuff that I know I won't wear again. And Adidas is good. They send me so many shoes. It's kind of I'll have duplicates of the same shoe, and I think I signed a couple of the game worn ones I have in there. So that Goodwill has a lot of stuff in there. But yeah, just random stuff that some of them have boxes are still in the box. So yeah, just a plethora of stuff. I think I've donated my old Nikes that I had in there, just from college, that I know somebody will get use out of them. And it feels kind of weird to sell my shoes that I'm getting for free, so I usually just try and give them away and slowly get rid of them.
Shai, you guys had your team event yesterday. You guys have been having all sorts of philanthropic events, and then you hear the reaction from the crowd tonight when Jay Will checks in. I just wonder what goes through your head as holidays are here and those connections are so strong in the community.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. Injuries are so unfortunate, and you have no control over them almost all the time. And he's such a competitor and missed so much of the season. Obviously not his fault. It's just the way things happened. But I can only imagine the feeling getting back out there. And obviously the fans did a great job of warming him up, I guess you can say. But yeah, I'm happy for him.
6 points in the paint for you guys tonight, season high. Seemed like you guys made it a point to really get downhill. Was that the mindset coming into the game?
I feel like we always try to get downhill. We always try to touch the paint. We always try to put 2 on the ball, try to get into the teeth of the defense and then make plays. Tonight it was very clearly working for us. But yeah, it wasn't any more of an emphasis than it usually is.
Tonight was your 7th game with 3 steals and 3 blocks, which is the 10th most since coming into the league. All the guys ahead of you are centers, and then 9 or 10 of the guys behind you are centers or power forwards. You're not seen as a defender, but your numbers say otherwise. Just talk about your mindset on this team with so many other great defenders, just being able to put up great defensive numbers like that.
Yeah, I just play the game. There's 2 sides of the ball every possession, either on offense or defense. And I try to affect the game in any way I can, every single possession. Try not to be a liability on either side of the floor. Try to help my team win. And at the end of the night, it looks like what it looks like. But yeah, I know I can play defense. I try not to be a liability. But yeah, I just play the game and compete, and I guess that's where I end up.
That behind the back move into the jumper there in the fourth quarter, had you done that in a game before?
I don't think so.
Is that something you've been working on? Just talk me through that a little bit.
No, I haven't been working on it. I don't know where it came from. I don't know why I did it. It just happened. But things like that happen all the time. The way I play, I just go out there, take what the defense gives me, react to them, and try to get to a spot I'm comfortable at. All the moves before the shot is finding daddy, and then at the end of the day, that shot at the end I've shot before, but the moves prior to not.
What happened in the fourth? You guys kind of broke through at the beginning of the fourth quarter. What was a close game, in a matter of minutes, it was 16, 18-point lead.
Yeah, we just turned up the intensity. Fourth quarter, winning time. We Focused on getting stops, playing fast. AC's play was big, was huge, just for the energy of the group, where he was like all over the floor. That was big time. We obviously won't have that luxury in the future all the time to just turn it on and off, but we did enough to get tonight to get a W. We can for sure be better. We'll work on that, and we'll watch film. But yeah, we just picked it up defensively.
Mark put you in kind of a different rotational pattern today, and he attributed that to J-Dub having it going early. What do you think of J-Dub's game, and also what do you think of the spots you were put in?
Dub is aggressive, great. Love when he's aggressive. My minutes, I don't care as long as I play the same amount of minutes. I don't care how they come, when they come. And I trust Coach to coach the game, feel the game. Clearly worked tonight, we won.
Mark talked.
So yeah, trust him.
Sorry. Mark talked about the most efficient shots are layups, free throws, and those threes. Great at getting to the rim, getting those layups. Talked about wanting to take more threes. Mark talked about you wanting to take more threes. But you're also great in that mid-range area. Is there like an internal battle with yourself trying to either say, got to get to the basket, got to chill on the mid-range shots, got to get more threes?
Good question. Nope. I just hoop, and I focus on being good in every area on the floor so that I can just hoop. I don't. Now, if I felt like I sucked at something, I just would stay away from it. But I've worked myself to have confidence in all areas of the floor so that I can just go out there and take what they give me and try to make them pay for whatever they try to give me.
Yeah, Shai, what's the story behind that jacket? I know it's a casino in, I think, Minnesota. Did you get it from Chet? Did you get it from Chet's dad? Is that a thrift store find? Or tell me about it.
Yeah, I found it at a vintage store. That's pretty much it. Just a fire jacket. I don't even know what this is. Love the jacket though.
And then sort of following up on a question before, you were talking about your game and just wanting to be well-rounded and not having any areas where you really suck at. What was sort of like the last part of your game that was like the toughest to add?
The comfortability in the post and comfortability, like shooting threes mentally. And like being aware of when you have a shot and when you don't have a shot from the three. I'm still working on that.
AJ, tonight was one of those nights that the second unit really made a massive role in the game, really provided a jolt. What was the maybe sense out there on the floor, the mindset that you felt like that group had?
Yeah, I think, in the second half we were ready to roll. I think in the first half we were a little too casual at times, and we talked about it at halftime. We got to be ready in the second half, be the most aggressive team, and be ready from the jump, and we did a good job.
Besides telling Isaiah Hartenstein to clear out and let you get your boards, what was maybe the approach to the way that you rebounded the ball, and how do you feel like that helps not just your offense but the team's offense when you can get it and go off the defensive glass?
I think it's really important just for the whole team, just getting extra possessions. I think it really helps the team. And for me, it's just the mentality of just going out there and trying to do what I can to help the team. So today it was rebounding. It hasn't been that a lot, but I'm glad I did it, and it really helped the team, so I'm glad.
Career night for you, points and rebounds, first double-double of your career. Can you just talk about your comfortability level from the beginning of the season till now?
I think I've been really comfortable throughout the whole year, but it got better and better with each game, and I think even with each practice. I feel like the team really trusts me, the coaching staff, the players, so just really helps me to get better every day and be ready for those types of games.
To start that fourth quarter, what did you, take away from that stretch, just knowing how feisty and competitive this Washington team has been all year?
I thought we were a little loose in the first half defensively, and they made us pay. They made some shots and made some plays. And then I thought in the third quarter we got that in a good spot, despite not having a great offensive quarter. And then to start the fourth, we kind of put it all together. So really good job of kind of dialing in on that end of the floor. I thought the offensive attacks were pretty good all night. And on a night where we didn't shoot it particularly well from three, we were still able to generate with, the turnovers, offensive rebounds, some free throws. So we just kind of manufactured more shots, which is what you need to do on a night where you don't shoot it great.
And then it wasn't one massive standout game off the bench, but just seemed like the entire bench unit came in and played their role, contributed. What did you sense from maybe their cohesion on the floor?
Yeah, I thought everybody was ready to play tonight. Good depth, or the depth was on display. And so everybody was ready to go. I just thought in the first half, defensively, 1 through 11, we just weren't where we needed to be. And then, we're able to course correct in the game, which is the best place to course correct.
Season high, 66 points in the paint. It seemed like early on you guys were making it a point to really, really get downhill. What did you think about the effort in that aspect?
Yeah, I think we've improved our fundamentals, our system fundamentals to create that kind of space. We always try to attack. I think there have been some things that we could improve over the last couple weeks that allow us to get there, and we're making some progress there. So I thought we took a good tick forward tonight on the offensive end with our attacks. Like I said, still scored a lot of points, but could have scored more if we shot it better on this particular night. But that just goes to show the power of playing through the paint the way we did tonight and playing with the force that we played with.
And AJ, career night for him. Just what did you think about his night?
I thought he was really good, but he's been really good all year. He's been very reliable. He's been a staple in the rotation for a reason. He competes defensively, plays the right way on offense, stays aggressive through the ups and downs of the game. And I thought he had a really nice night. He gave us a huge lift. He was part of that group to start the fourth.
You put Shai in different spots tonight in the rotation. Kind of what was the decision-making behind that, and what did you see from him?
Just reading the game, Dub had it really going. Dub was really playing with a lot of force early in the game, and normally I sub him early, and I didn't want to interrupt that flow. And we weren't playing great, either. So just shaking it up a little bit. Shai's great because he's adaptive in those situations. Not something we talked about before, but he did a great job of just staying ready and adjusting accordingly.
Well, you're referring to your small lineup in the first quarter. Is that what you're referring to? You went to that group?
Yeah, we went small there in the first, and then we went small to start the fourth, and that was really effective. Kenrich did a great job of spacing the floor and keeping the ball moving and scrapping on the inside, and that's the unit that really opened the game up for us tonight. So that's been good for us all year, and it's going to need to continue to be good for us even as we work Jay Will back in. But it was strong tonight.
What's Caruso's status? He dove on the floor there in the fourth, and then he went to the locker room.
Yeah, he was out for the rest of the night. We'll check him out tomorrow, see where he's at. We'll update you guys when we have more information. We're always conservative in these situations, especially in December. So, but we'll see how he's doing in the morning.
This is Shai's 7th game with 3 steals, 3 blocks since coming into the league. It's 10th most since that time frame, and everybody ahead of him is a center. I mean, I think it was last year, maybe the year before, you talked about when he doesn't play, you guys miss him on defensive end more than you miss him on the offensive end. I mean, just talk about the growth that he's had on that side of the floor and what it means to this team for your leader to put that type of effort in.
Well, it means he wants to win because there's not nearly as much shine for the defense as there is for the offense. And he's grown significantly in the last 5 years on the defensive end of the floor. It's also a credit to the defensive level of the team because of the effectiveness of the other players, he can be put on matchups and be put in areas of the floor defensively that allow him to be kind of an off-ball disruptor, which is one of the best things he does. And then some of the blocks come as a secondary point of attack defender. And so, he does a great job of being invested on that end of the floor, and then he's inside of a team that is really committed on that end and with a lot of really effective defenders that allow him to play to his best strengths on that end.
You could just feel the energy in the building when Jay Will checked in for the first time. Just what was it like to have him back tonight?
It was great to have Jay Will back. He is the ultimate compete-together player. His ability to endure a trying individual time for himself, professionally at least, and stay as spirited and inside the team is really a testament to his character and resilience. So I was really happy for him. And I was going to wait till the end to wish our fans happy holidays, but the reception they gave him, just shows unbelievable support. I've always said we have the wind at our backs with our fan base, and we just want to, on behalf of our team, we want to wish everybody a happy holidays. We appreciate the opportunity to be a part of your lives, and don't take that for granted. We don't take for granted the support that our fans give us. I thought that moment was a great example of that. So happy holidays to everybody. I mean, if you guys aren't going to let me end on that, then.